Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel TechnoSam and I am Sam. And today we are going to talk about the much awaited phone which is the OnePlus Nord. OnePlus Nord is a special kind of phone because of many reasons, and today we are going to discuss all the specialties and all the nicks and picks about this smartphone in this video. So without further delay, let's get started. So as I have told you in this intro that the whole smartphone industry is going towards a matured kind of stage. Nobody is willing to buy a $1,300 or $1,400 smartphone without actually using the smartphone in its own way. So all these companies, say it Samsung, say it Apple or say it Google, is doing something special with their smartphones to bring their premium smartphones and doing certain twisting in their spec sheet and bringing down the price to a premium mid-range smartphone segment. So that's how all the players, all the big players in the smartphone industry are playing this game. We have seen Apple doing this with iPhone SE. We have seen Google doing this with Pixel 4a, which is going to launch, or maybe not launch, but Pixel 3a we have seen this. And also we have seen this with Samsung with their S10 Lite and Note 10 lineup. So that's how all the companies are playing in this market. And also, as you can expect, OnePlus did the similar thing with the OnePlus Nord. OnePlus Nord is a pretty special kind of smartphone in its own way because of certain things. First of all, let's see the strategy of Apple. Apple actually took the body of iPhone 8. They took all the features and all the normal things from the iPhone 8, took it into iPhone SE, and they actually took the processor of its bigger brother, the iPhone 11 Pro, into this iPhone SE. So that's how Apple actually decided to balance their spec sheet. Obviously, these phones are actually not too high in anything or not too low in any feature. Every company is actually looking for that perfect balance of features, and the one company who actually achieves it for most of the people, that company is going to win in this race. That's how this competition is going. So now OnePlus Nord have some kind of same things, but there is certain and a significant difference in the OnePlus Nord. OnePlus Nord took the all the general mainstream features from the OnePlus 8. They are much more premium smartphone to the OnePlus Nord, and they took a relatively mid-range or relatively low-powered CPU from Snapdragon, which is Snapdragon 765G, to their OnePlus Nord. Yes, that's correct. OnePlus Nord is the first OnePlus phone that does not have an 800 series of chipset. We have seen 845, 835, 865 or maybe 855 plus, these type of chipsets in the OnePlus series of smartphone. But this year, OnePlus took a 700 series of chipset, which is actually very much capable according to them. We have seen Carl saying all the things like these 800 series chipsets are super useful for the maximum power users, but these new 700 series chipsets are not that powerful, but they are actually quite powerful for most of the people. So that's how it goes. Also, 765G is a 5G certified 5G equipped chipset. So you will actually see 5G improvements in this smartphone, which is not available in iPhone SE or S10 Lite or something like that. So that's how this is one of the phones that stands out in the entire market in terms of longevity. Also, we can say another thing is that this OnePlus Nord is a special kind of phone because for most of the people, OnePlus actually found that perfect balance of features. Nothing is too high or nothing is too low. That's actually the main goal of this smartphone. It has an 880p display, not a cheap resolution, low resolution screen, not a very high resolution screen. It has 1080p display, it has 90Hz display, not a standard 60Hz display, not 120Hz display, it's 90Hz. Also, we have seen mono speaker, which is actually very loud, so not a low quality mono speaker, and not dual speaker. Also, we have seen that this phone does not have an IP rating, but it can handle some splashes and rains, stuff like that. So this is actually a nice middle ground of smartphone, and also the 765G is actually pretty good at gaming. So PUBG players and COD players will not actually feel that much of a difference, but the feel that this phone will actually struggle is the 3D graphics engine. 3D graphics engine is not that good in the 765G as compared to the 800 series chipset. So if you are using some kind of 3D modeling apps or something like that, you are building something with AR and something modeling like that, then you will feel the difference. Apart from that, most of the features are going to be normal. Also, another thing is that the price. The price of this smartphone is very similar to that of the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE is priced around $399, while this phone, the OnePlus Nord, is actually priced at 399 euros. So that's a special thing we have to keep in mind. Also, this phone is actually launched in India at 25,000. Actually, that is quite cheap when we compare to the price in the international market. That's pretty good by OnePlus that they are actually reducing the price in the Indian market, and they are actually taking it seriously so that people in India can actually get their hands on this product at a cheaper price. So this is how this whole OnePlus price segment and this whole OnePlus Nord thing is actually different from the entire industry. And another important thing about this smartphone is its availability. It is available as of now in India, China, and most of the popular Asian markets and UK. These are the positions or locations where these smartphones OnePlus Nord is specifically available right now. At this point of time, we now know that OnePlus Nord, there will be future OnePlus Nord phones in different names. So this is not a singular lineup kind of thing. This will be coming in a regular cycle of the OnePlus Nord smartphones. So probably persons who are in North America or Canada can actually get their hands on in their future lineup. So that's how the availability of this smartphone actually matters. Also, this smartphone is actually very much capable in terms of all the day-to-day usage and all the day-to-day gaming and stuff like that. So you will actually not end up having a cheaper phone or a worse performing phone than their bigger brothers. As we have seen with the iPhone SE is that the iPhone SE have pretty bad battery life. Because it is equipped with such a high performance CPU from its bigger brothers, the battery life struggles on the iPhone SE. But that's not the case with this smartphone. So as you can expect, most of the people are going to get hands-on in their products and share their reviews. I'm not getting a hands-on on these OnePlus products, but one thing I would like to mention in this video is that this OnePlus smartphone actually changed my mind on how I viewed or what is the vision of the company as a whole. We have seen that OnePlus, when entered the company or this competition of smartphone industry, they actually priced their smartphone at $300, and their smartphone is very much capable to compete with the premium, means really premium iPhone and Samsung Galaxy S series smartphones. So this is how OnePlus grabbed all their customer base. That's the main thing that OnePlus usually focused on with their previous smartphones. But with the passage of time and all, we have seen that OnePlus slowly increasing their smartphone prices slowly, and now we have reached a certain point where we are seeing a particularly flagship $900 smartphone from OnePlus, the OnePlus 8 Pro. So that's actually not the case with OnePlus previously. OnePlus fans always wanted cheaper phones at a better price. So this, I think, is the reason that OnePlus is again coming back to this specific competition of making cheaper phones, and also they can grab more followers and more customers with this strategy. So I hated OnePlus for their continuously increment of their prices, but now I started loving OnePlus. And this another thing I would like to show you is that OnePlus actually changed their marketing strategy quite a bit with their smartphone, with their OnePlus Nord. Previously, what OnePlus used to do is that they used to show the weaknesses of other competitors in their smartphone or in their industry, in their specific target region. I don't know if you guys are in Twitter or not, but a thread was actually launched by OnePlus that if you are someone who is shifting from Samsung or Apple or any special brand to OnePlus smartphone, you can tag OnePlus and they will actually make a one-line poem that actually focuses on degrading the other smartphone brand and increasing the brand value of OnePlus smartphone. So I felt that this is pretty humorous for every other smartphone brand. So actually, these OnePlus marketing team, I think it's changed its strategy quite a bit, and now OnePlus is totally focusing on branding on Instagram page, on maintaining a certain color feed and the proper branding, which is a healthy competition and which is a healthy branding of the entire company. So that's how they are actually marketing this product. So I feel that OnePlus is actually listening to the customers, and OnePlus is actually learning from their mistakes that what they should do and what they should not do, and they are handling that particular set of marketing and at the same time delivering better products to its loyal customers pretty well. And that's why most people wanted that OnePlus should make a budget smartphone again, so that more people can grab their hands on it. So that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. What is your thought on this OnePlus Nord? Let me know in the comments. Are you going to buy one of these smartphones or are you just going to skip it? Let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.